Hello friends, welcome to GS Core. We are running into the series of current affairs through MCQs with respect to the subject of geography. So we'll be looking at various questions which can be framed on the current affairs of the contemporary times. So GS Core has taken a good initiative of All India PT mock test, which is basically an OMR based test which will be handling in the UPSC simulated environment. So this test will be held across 20 plus cities of India. You can register yourself by scanning this QR code. For more information, you can visit this website, that is iscore.in. Moving towards the first question of today, it is asking about the Indian monsoon. So which of the following statements is or are correct regarding Indian monsoon? Statement 1 is, generally lightning does not occur during active phase of the monsoon season. Okay, so it is asking about the lightning phenomena. And second thing, during the active phase of monsoon. So first thing we can see here, the lightning phenomena, it is connected to the thunderstorms. And here there is formation of cumulonimbus clouds. But in the part of monsoon, we will be saying that there is presence of stratiform clouds. These clouds, they are the low-lying clouds. Okay, so this is the basic about the clouds which are found in the thunderstorms and monsoon. Looking at some of the characteristics, other characteristics of this clouds. So for the lightning to occur, there should be a draft. There should be a formation of draft where there should be presence of positive and negative ions within this draft. So it results in the formation of the lightning in this period or in this clouds. But in the part of monsoon clouds, these are the stratiform clouds. So these clouds we'll be looking at, they are the low lying clouds. Okay, they are the low lying clouds, and here these clouds, they are majorly forming ice crystals. There are small ice crystals, and therefore we'll be looking at the formation of the ions, that is the positive and negative charge. It does not occur in this stratiform clouds. Thus here the lightning does not occur in this type of cloud. Thus here we can see this statement is a correct statement here. Now for the statement 2, the Pacific decadal oscillation is a contributing factor affecting the interannual variations of southwest Indian monsoon. So here there is another concept which we will be looking at, that is Pacific decadal oscillation. Basically Pacific decadal oscillation, it is the warming or cooling of the northern Pacific Ocean. Okay, now this phenomena, it happens in decades, that is 10 years, between 20 years, between 30 years. So this is the occurrence phenomena or the occurrence period of this Pacific decadal oscillation. Therefore it is quite different from the El Nino and La Nina, that is Anso cycle. Okay, this Anso cycle, it takes place in 1, 2 or 3 years. Okay, 1, 2 or 3 years. But this Pacific decadal oscillation, it takes place within the decades. Thus looking at a diagram related to the Pacific decadal oscillation, the last one of the positive phase, that is the warmer phase, it occurred during the year of 1996, and it was again occurred in 1998. But the cooling part, we can see the negative POD, it occurred in 2006 to the present time. Thus, the warming and cooling, we can see it takes from one to another decade. It happens for decade, and here there is negative, that is the cooling phase. It is happening till now, that is 2023. Thus, we can see the phase or the period of this oscillations. It lasts for 20 to 30 years also. It can last up to 20 to 30 years. Thus, we can see this question here. It is a contributing factor affecting the interannual variation of southwest Indian monsoon. Now, how it is affecting the southwest Indian monsoon? When there is warm phase, okay, when there is warm phase, that is positive Pacific decadal oscillation, the impact of monsoon or the monsoon winds, it weakens. It weakens and there is low monsoon rainfall. Conversely, during the negative phase, we can see that the monsoon winds, they become stronger. As they become stronger, there is high monsoon rainfall. So this is the difference, or this is the concept behind the Pacific decadal oscillation and generally how it affects the Indian monsoon. Thus, for the question 1 we'll be looking at, the statement 2 is also a correct statement, and hence the answer for this question, that is C, both 1 and 2 is the correct answer. Moving towards next question. The Mekadatu Dam is situated on which of the following rivers? So I will be asking you this question, that on which river the Mekadatu Dam is constructed. Guys, it is Kaveri river. Kaveri is the correct answer for this question. Looking at the map, this is the Kaveri river which is originating in Karnataka. Basically, this river originates in the Brahmagiri hills. Brahmagiri hills, and here this Mekadatu Dam which is being proposed, it will be constructed on the Karnataka part on the river of Kaveri here. Okay, so thus we can see the answer for this question is C, Kaveri. Next question is, which of the following Indian states does the Teesta river flows through? Options are Sikkim, Assam, West Bengal and Meghalaya. The question is, Teesta river, it is a tributary of which of the river? Is it Ganga or is it Brahmaputra? The answer is Brahmaputra. Looking at the diagram here, we can see this is Teesta river and it is confluencing into the Brahmaputra river here. Okay, now looking at the states, the Teesta river, it originates in the Sikkim or the North Sikkim region of the Sikkim state, and here it originates at the So Lamho lake. It originates in the So Lamho lake. Basically, it is an infringing region of the Tibetan region and the northern part of Sikkim. So Sikkim is one of the states, and the second state here we can see it is the West Bengal. It is the West Bengal part here. Thus the correct answer for this question is Sikkim and West Bengal. This river does not flow through Assam. It also does not flow to the Meghalaya states. Thus the correct answer for this question is B, that is 1 and 3 only. Moving towards next question. Arrange the following tiger reserves in north to south direction. Okay, it is asking towards the direction of north to south. Option 1 is Kamlang, option 2 is Pake, option 3 is Rajaji and option 4 is Ranthambore. We can see Kamlang and Pake, they are present in the state of Arunachal Pradesh, Rajaji is present in the state of Uttarakhand, and Ranthambore is present in Rajasthan. Quite famous. Okay, all of these are quite famous here. So looking at the map, we can see, okay, looking at the map here, we can see Rajaji here, it is coming towards the northernmost part for this tiger reserve. Second is Kamling Tiger Reserve, which is present in Arunachal Pradesh. Between the Pakhui and Ranthambore, we can see the Pakhui is present at the northern latitudes. So this is third and the Ranthambore is fourth here. So locating this in the part of map, we can see Rajaji is coming at number 1, Rajaji. After Rajaji, we have Kamlang. After Kamlang, we have Pake. After Pake, we have Ranthambore. So looking at this option here, we can see the option C is the correct answer for this question here. Tiger reserves are basically being designated by the government or the state government basically for the conservation of tigers in India. This initiative was taken under the Project Tiger, for which the National Tiger Conservation Authority was constituted. So moving towards next question, which among the following is not a left bank tributary of the Godavari river? So here we will be looking at the different tributaries of Godavari river, which is flowing from towards the southern part of India. Basically the Godavari river, it is originating in the part of western ghats of Maharashtra. Okay, it is originating near the Trimbak plateau. Okay, Trimbak plateau near Nashik. So looking at various tributaries of Godavari, here we can see this is the main Godavari river which is flowing from this region. This is the delta of Godavari. So the river which are confluencing into this Godavari river, from this left side they are the left bank tributary, and the rivers which are confluencing into this river Godavari from right banks, they are called as right bank tributary. So looking at the options here, we can see Pranahita. So Pranahita river is here. So we can see it is the left bank tributary. This is Pranahita. Next is Pravara. Pravara river, we can see it is a small river which is originating in the western ghats only at this point. This is the Pravara river. So we can see it is a left bank tributary here. Sorry, it is a right bank tributary. Pravara is the right bank tributary. Then next is Purna river. So Purna river, we can see this is Purna river, and this Purna river, it is also a left bank tributary. Next is Maner or Maneri river. This is the Maneri river which is also a right bank tributary. Thus we can see Pranahita left bank tributary, Pravara right bank tributary, Purna left bank tributary, and Maneri, it is a right bank tributary. Thus the question is asking about which of the following is not a left bank tributary of Godavari river. So we can see the answer for this question is 2 and 4, which are not the left bank tributary and they are the right bank tributaries of this river Godavari. Thus the answer for this question, that is D, 2 and 4 only. This is the correct answer for this question here. Moving towards next question. Consider the following statements about the volcanoes. Volcanoes we have in the previous sections studied in a quite comprehensive manner. So there is another question for this volcanoes. So statement 1 is magma provides indirect evidence of interior of earth. This statement is true or false? This statement is true or false? Basically, this statement is an incorrect statement. Here we can see the magma which is present towards the part of the magma chamber, which is also the second layer of the earth, of the interior of earth. So here when the lava comes out in the form of explosion or in the form of flow, So this lava, it provides us a direct information. Direct information about the various materials, temperature, the conditions of the lava or magma inside the Earth's surface. Thus, the statement 1 becomes an incorrect statement. Statement 2. The acidity of lava makes the volcano look steep. Okay. So, this statement we can see it is a correct statement here. Because if a lava is acidic, it will have low viscosity. It will have low viscosity. Because of low viscosity, when the lava comes out from the volcano, it will just move towards shorter distance because of low viscosity, and it will become solidified. It will become solidified. Thus, the new lava as it comes out, it will move to some distance and then it will get solidified. Thus, because of this process, the slope of this lava, we can say the slope of this lava, it gets steeper. Thus, the statement becomes a correct statement. Conversely, if the lava is basic, it will have high, this is low fluidity and it will be high viscous. Okay, so this will be low fluid in nature and it will be high viscous in nature, that is acidic lava. And conversely will help with the basic lava, that is it will be highly fluid and low viscous. Okay, so this is about the acidity and basicity of lava. Statement 3. Heat energy of a volcano can be extracted into electric energy. This is a correct statement because we can see the volcanoes, which are the volcanic activities which are happening across the different parts of the earth. For example, geysers, for example, there are springs. So these geysers can be used for the generation of electricity also. The statement 3 is the correct statement and the correct answer for this question is B, that is 2 and 3 only. Moving towards next question. Consider the following statements about the Lakshadweep. Statement 1 is, there is no river, stream or rainfall in Lakshadweep. Is this statement correct or incorrect? Think. Guys, think. Is this statement correct or incorrect? This is a correct statement. Basically, Lakshadweep are islands which are made of corals. They are made up of corals, basically lagoon. Okay, so here we'll be looking at the ground surface of these corals or these islands. It does not contain any land. They are these atolls. They are these atolls on which these islands have been formed. Thus, statement 2 we can see, the area under the forest area is nil in the Union Territory of Lakshadweep. This statement also becomes a correct statement because of the absence of ground here. Because of the absence of ground, the kind of the forest area here, it is quite absent in the complete islands which are present in the Union Territory of Lakshadweep. Statement 3 we can see, the only source of drinking water is rainfall which percolates to hydrological lenses. This is also a correct statement. Basically, what happens in Lakshadweep? Because of no aquifers, as we have seen. Why? Because the land is not present beneath. The water in the form of rainfall, it percolates inside these corals. And there is a structure being formed inside these corals where the water is stored. So this storing of water inside this coral body, it is called as hydrological lenses here. Thus this statement is also a correct statement, and it is asking select the incorrect statements using the codes given below. Thus we can see the correct answer for this question is D, that is none of the above. Quite simple this question is. So here we can see the Lakshadweep islands here. We have quite important islands, that is Karavati, Agati, Minicoy. And here we can see these islands, they are basically lagoon. They are basically lagoon. They are formed of coral reefs. They are formed on the coral reefs which are present in this region of the Lakshadweep island. Moving towards the next question. Which of the following statement is not correct regarding the lineament recently seen in the news? So lineament, what is it? We will be looking at in a quite some time. So statement 1 is, it is a linear fracture in a landscape dictated by an underlying geological structure such as fault. Statement 2, it is generally referred to as the analysis of remote sensing of fractures or structures. Statement 3, it reveals the architecture of the rock basement. Okay, so here we can see this is a lineament. Okay, this is a lineament here. So we can see here there is a faulting have been occurred. There is a faulting have been occurred here, which is happening because of the underlying structure here. Basically the faulting happens because of the movement of plate. Either it is a transform movement or it is a divergent movement, which results in the formation of these faults, and this faults when it is replicated on the surface, when it is enhanced growth plants, basically when it is replicated on the surface, it is called as the lineament or linear fracture. Basically it is a linear fracture here. Statement 2 we can see, it is generally referred to as the analysis of remote sensing of fractures or structures. This is also correct statement here, because this gives us an important information about what is happening beneath this land, what is happening inside this land surface. So it gives us a basic information and helps in the remote sensing in this region. Statement 3 is, it reveals the architecture of the rock basement. This is also a correct statement, because architecture can be like folding, faulting, the rock types, okay, the movement of plates, so this can be the information which we can get through this rock basement. Thus here we can see all the statement here are the correct statement, but it is asking us not correct statements. Thus the answer for this question, it becomes D, that is none of the above. So this is the lineament or the linear fracture or faulting of the rocks. Next question is, Mount Meron is located in which of the following country? So here we can see the Mount Meron, it is located in the Israel. This Mount Meron, it is located in Israel. Here we can see it is present in the northern part of Israel here. So Israel is a correct answer for this question, that is Mount Meron. We can see here the Israel, it is being bordered by various countries like Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, then we also have Egypt here, and we can see we also have other countries towards the southern part. Okay, so next question we have here, dust and soot transported from the deserts of West Asia, that is Middle East, settle on the snow cover of the Himalayan mountain ranges and affect the summer monsoon in India. Okay, so we can see there is a scenario being made where the dust and shoots, they are being transported from the deserts of Western Asia and through the westerly winds. Through the westerly winds, they are being brought up to the part of Indian mountain ranges. So looking at the various statements here, statement 1, the dust from the Middle East reduces the power of monsoons on the Indian subcontinent. So this question or this statement, we can see it is quite technical and it requires a good analysis here. Basically this part here we can see the dust, they are being taken up from the part of the Middle East region. So from this Middle East we can see they are being taken up to the Himalayan mountain regions where the snow is present. Where the snow is present. Now, when this dust, they fall on this snow. When the dust and shoot, they fall on this snow, they increases the heat absorption. They increases the heat absorption here, because of which the rate of snow melting, it increases. As the rate of snow melting will increase in this region, there will be the ground on which this snow is capped. It will be coming to the upper surface region. It will be resurfaced. It will basically resurface. Because of this thing, the intensity of this land, the intensity of this ground to absorb heat, it will increase. It will basically result in the intensification or the increase in the heat in this Tibetan mountain plateau region or this Tibetan region. It will increase the low pressure intensification in this Tibetan mountain region. Thus, this phenomena, it results in the intensification of monsoon. This phenomena or this cycle which we have seen here, it is also called as the positive feedback mechanism. This is also called as positive feedback mechanism here. Thus, looking at the statement, statement 1, the dust from the Middle East reduces the power of monsoon on the Indian subcontinent. This is an incorrect statement because it increases. Because it increases the power of monsoon on the Indian subcontinent, as we have understood from this diagram and from this analysis here. Statement 2, Indian summer monsoon has a positive feedback loop effect and can increase the winds in West Asia to produce yet more dust. So this is also a correct statement, because here as the intensification occurs, the winds which will be coming towards the part of the Himalayan region, it will not only come from the part of ocean, but it will also come from the part of land. Thus, it will result in the more dust which will be carried from the Middle East Asia towards the Himalayan region. Thus, this statement is a correct statement. Statement 3. The Iranian plateau feels the impact of aerosolized dust upon the Indian summer monsoons, which is located between the Middle East and the Tibetan plateau. So, here we can see in this diagram only the Iranian plateau is present almost in this region. Thus, we can also say that this region, it will also help in the intensification of the monsoon in this part. Thus, this statement also becomes a correct statement because the same thing will be happening. The addition of the dust will be added to this westerly winds which will be carrying the dust and shoot towards the Himalayan region of India. From the analysis of this question, we can see the correct answer for this question is B, that is 2 and 3 only. Okay. Now, coming back to this part here, All India PT mock test, which is being organized in a UPSC simulated environment to get the real-time feeling of the civil services preliminary examination, which is held at the schools in the various test centers across 20 plus cities of India. If you are living in a state away from Delhi and one of these centers it comes in the nearest city to your center, then you can pick it up as your center for examination. You can scan this QR code for registering yourself. This test will be taking place in English and Hindi medium. The first test has already occurred, so it has already been done, but the next test it will be occurring in 30th April and 10th May. So the cost for this test is quite not very high, it is quite meager. So you can register yourself and you can test yourself, you can test your approach for this UPSC examination. For more information, you can visit this website, that is iscore.in. So guys, thank you very much. See you in the next lecture.